Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm a little bit late. You know how these Saturdays can get. I'm Vone Kevitz, knit and crochet designer for One of a Kind Makers Who Dare to Be Original, and we're on part 2 of the crochet sock along today. All right, more disclaimers. Say hi in the comments if you're joining me, and we'll get started in just a minute. So I had last week we promised that I would get to round 20. Actually, for me, it's round 24 because I changed to a large. And then I was going to stop and make the other sock to get ready. And this is my other sock. Just saying. This was my other sock that I was hoping to have completed and ready to go. But the week got away from me. So now I'm on pressure and have to figure this pattern out as I go along with you. But Denise in the Dare to Be Original Facebook group um, shared her picture of her 2 completed socks, so I know it's doable. So hopefully she'll join sometime if I get confused, and maybe she can tell us what we need to do. But hold on. My fan is slightly on to keep me cool, but my sheet protector is making it the reflecting hard to read. So I'm taking that off. So we are doing the red heart sock pattern, which the link is in the show description. If you want to join and just hang out today and not doing the crochet along, that's perfectly fine. Work on whatever project you're working on. Morning, Sylvia. See, Sylvia isn't even crocheting. No crocheting this week. I'm finishing my knitted sock right now. Awesome, Sylvia. Um, so I know that I said that I would be doing the knit sock. I think just gonna push that off for a couple of weeks until I get my bearings on that, because it may take us another part 3 to finish for me to finish this sock, but we'll see how it goes. Uh, but let me see. So I wanted to cool. I'm just gonna fix my screen a little bit and so, Sylvia, if you're in the Dare to Be Original Facebook group, be sure to tag us and share with us your sock that you're working on. We love seeing projects in that group, and we love getting ideas from what other people are working on. It's such an awesome group. The link is in the show description also. Okay, so I gotta get my bearing before I get started. So this says that round 20 does the foot, which I'm not sure if my my foot is this is even gonna fit my foot, but this is the large. Um, lay sock to so now we're working on the heel. Lay sock so toe is flat at round 1 on side facing up. Place markers at sides of round 20 or round 24, which is what I landed at, round 24, so that there are 8 for the small, 10 for the medium, 12 for the large stitch. So that there are 12 stitches between the markers. Oh, so half and half. Okay. Well, that's weird. Okay. So we're gonna place the stitch marker here. I'm slightly confused because before that, so I have like 4 stitches left to finish that. Well, I'm done with the row, but if I place the stitch marker at its, I'm gonna be over here, so I want to make sure I'm not missing like 4 stitches somewhere. Hey, Kathy. Oh, there you are. I couldn't find you. How to find you live for a while. Good morning. Kathy, I was like 9 minutes late, and that's probably why. But if you're subscribed to the channel and you hit the bell notification, next to that subscribe button, then you should get a notification every time I go live or if I have a new video or something, so that you don't miss it. Just for the future. I use Ann Bud to get me going and Stacy Very Pink Knits to get the Kitchener Stitch join. Sweet, Sylvia. I learned the Kitchener Stitch a while back ago, but I haven't done it in so long that so now it's like all new. But I probably did it like once, twice, maybe to master it into another project. It was probably a hat or something. But that's why I love a community where we're constantly engaged in it, because I'm hoping one day, if I do enough of these lives and hang out with you awesome ladies, that when I say the Kitchener Stitch, I'll actually know it by heart. All right, so I want to get going here. So heel. So so that was that, and so I have like stitches incomplete. Awesome. Didn't know you would pop up when something is happening. Good to know. Yeah, yeah. If you have the bell notification, it will always pop up. And so, let's see. Lay sock so true to flat and round. On side facing up, place markers at the side of round 24. That's what my large is. So that there are 12 stitches between the markers. So that's half and half, I'm assuming. So let's go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That doesn't seem right. What the heck did I do? That doesn't seem flat. Hold on, something's wrong. I have over 24 stitches here, I think. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4. Oh, that's why. I do have over. Why do I have 2, 10, 14, 16, 18, 22. I'm reading something wrong here. Oh, okay. I am reading something wrong. Good golly, I wish I was prepared. But yesterday was John's birthday, and so I spent the whole day with him, and I didn't do anything of this, and I was hoping to get caught up to do this, but it didn't work out. And so here I am, flumbering on live with you guys. But you know what? In truth, if we were actually doing an in-person crochet along and a knit along, this is how these sessions will work anyways. As I say, hold on, guys, I gotta read my pattern. Okay, lay the sock flat. I'm going to read this one more time. So I am supposed to have 28 stitches around to 24 or 28 stitches in one round, 24 rounds up. And on that 24th round, lay the sock flat on the side facing up. Place the stitch markers at the sides of round 24 so that there are 12 stitches between the markers. The marker was first here. This is my beginning round. But that isn't laying it flat. I'm going to get tripped up here. Once I get past this point, I know it will be smooth sailing. But this is the part that nobody sees when people are making projects. They see a finished product and they think that it is done and quickly. But even the best of what you're knowing, thank you for being human with us. Exactly, Sylvie. But this is the part that people don't see when they see a finished product, and they just like, and they're like, oh, like the intricacies that they're not realizing the 20-30 minutes that a maker is sitting there trying to read the pattern and doing it and then making a mistake and then ripping it out and redoing it again. Thank you, John. Thank you, Kathy. I will tell him. It is a good reason, right? Not to get caught up in socks. Exactly. So and they don't share the 20, 30 minutes, an hour sometimes to do a row when you're trying to figure it out. But when you do it, it gets easier. And then for a newbie to come along and be like, oh, these people are so perfect because they have it all done, and they don't get frustrated and they know it all. I'm like, no, you didn't see the 20 hours, you didn't see, like, to make my doll that finally took me 24 hours to figure it out and make, and I can do it in 24 hours. The like 56 hours that it took to learn how to do the doll. You know what I mean? Sometimes the whole week, the 2 weeks, the 3 weeks that it took to figure something out, the videos that we had to watch, the multiple videos that we had to watch, the multiple books that we had to read. Like, people don't realize those little steps. But because I'm doing this right along with you, you're going to watch it happen. I'm ready to go with my socks. I couldn't get past making the heel. I ripped mine out several times. Okay, Marie, then we're in the same boat right now because I'm sitting here trying to figure out this heel. Let's read it again. So you're at the same spot that I'm at. All right. So it says, lay the sock so that the toe is flat. That would make this flat. But my beginning round is right here. So I still have, like, I'm not completely there yet either. But this is the beginning. So lay the sock so that the toe is flat at round one. Round one is flat and the side facing up. We'll do the beginning as the side facing towards me is going to be facing up like that. It's going to be like that. Okay. And place the markers at the sides of round 24 because I'm doing the large so that there are 12 stitches between the markers. Continue working in the round. What the freak do they mean? So that 12 stitches between, so that there are 12 stitches between the markers. All right. So because this is the first marker, but you know what's weird about at the end of round 24, right before that, the instructions, when you finish round 24, fasten off A at the end of round 24 and remove marker. Ah, boy, I missed two keywords right there at the end of this round. What hook am I at? H and I. And I'm also at the age where I have to put everything away from my eyes because I can't see with my glasses. Fasten it off. So I'm ending round 24 and fasten off, which I did not read that word. So at the end of round 20, this is the instructions right before. At the end of round 24, fasten off A at the end of round 24 and remove marker. That is hysterical. So fasten it off, I clip it, cut it, slip stitch, and pull through, and now we're done. That closes it. That makes more sense now. So now it's saying lay this flat, and then I'm going to put a stitch marker right at the edge here, right at the end. Are you with me, Marie? Sounds like me reading the pattern. Exactly. And I would, God only knows how long I would be tripped up on here. So basically we fasten it off. I missed that keyword of fastening it off. So fasten it off and then close it up. And now we have the loose string. So now we're going to lay it flat and we're going to get the edge and we're going to stitch mark one here. And then it says to stitch mark another 12 stitches. So 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 stitches between the markers. So not at the 12th stitch, we're going to move it to the next one. So between the markers, there's going to be 2. So we're going to not count the one that you're marking. You're going to count the stitch right next to it. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Move one more. So it's actually 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So it's actually 14 on the 2 stitch markers. So the stitch markers are 14 apart, but in the space between, which is what they're saying, so that there are 12 stitches between the markers. So 14 at the markers. In between the stitch markers, there's 12. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Bam, and that looks true to size. Oh, why does English have to be so hard, people? All right, now you guys know why I don't follow patterns so often. And here we go. So in round 1, on the right side, with the right side facing, join C with single crochet in the first marked stitch. Let me just see what the other side looks like. I just want to see what this side looks like. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 14 on one side, 12 on the other side. On the right side facing up, place. So basically, where there is 12, that's going to be the right side facing up. Where there is 14 in the back, that's going to be the back side. Okay, that makes another sense. So where there is 12, that's what we're going to start. So this, my green is my beginning. So this is the old back, that's in the back now. And we'll crochet right over that end, so we're not worried about that part. And it's probably I'm making it worse by making it a solid color and not a stripe color to show like the actual color of that heel. But let's see what's going to happen here. Round 1, with the right side facing up, join C, which is your regular color. Single crochet in the first marked stitch, single crochet in each stitch to marked to the next marked, single crochet in marked stitch, turn 12, 14. Oh, whoa. Back it up. Back it up. I was right. Listen how crazy that direction says. So this is where it ended is the 14 stitches, but it's saying lay the sock flat on the side facing up. Place the markers so that there are 12 stitches between the markers. Continue working in the round. Okay, so that's the general rule. So the side with the 12 stitches is the side facing up. That's not. That's this. If I turn it around, with the right side facing, join C. So the right side, that directions makes no sense. With the right side facing, join C, single crochet in the first marked stitch. Oh, okay. That is right. I'm sorry. Okay. So my original conclusion, you are now crocheting between the markers. Yes, exactly. So now I'm crocheting between markers. So this is the right side. So the right side is the one with the 12 stitches up. So we're starting right here. I'm going to stick my needle or stick my hook in, and we're still at I, right? Yeah, still at I. Hold on, my stitch marker didn't go at the right spot. You guys, I had such a cool week this week because I got some happy mail from Sanko Farms from her sheep. It's so awesome to know a farmer. Can I tell you that? Can I just say how awesome it is to know a farmer? So we're going to slip stitch in here. It says to single crochet. Actually, wait. I'm going to stick my hook in. Whoa. Alright, and single, slip stitch, single crochet. Okay, so single crochet into the first, to the marked stitch, single crochet in the next stitches, and single crochet in the marked stitch. So I'm going to have 14. So that is 14 because there's 12 in between the two stitch markers. So that's 14 stitches total. Ooh. All right. So I got some natural yarns. Where is it? So I made a whole cubby for her. I made a whole cubby for Ellen's yarn. So I'm so excited to play with that. I'm going to be designing a new pattern for her. It's going to be a basket weave scarf with a slit in the center or at the edge so that you don't have to tie the knot in a scarf. So it lays like beautifully. I did the scarf one time. It's one of a kind back in the day, and I sold it in my Etsy shop. And so I haven't seen or done that stitch since then. I haven't done that scarf, but I think for this natural yarn, it's going to be beautiful. I need to move my yarn bowl to this side. Do you guys like my yarn bowl? The hubs got it for me at a yarn fair because my first yarn bowl I got for my model as a gift for my model, but John and the dogs were playing one day in the living room and got carried away. He blames the dogs, they blame him, and it's broke. So when we went to the yarn fair later on that year, he went and got me this one because he felt bad that the dogs broke my yarn bowl. You know how that is, guys. All right, so 14 on the marked stitch. So let's just confirm that we have. I'm going to clasp both sides to make sure they don't fall out on me. And so let's make sure I have 14, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 2, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Awesome. All right. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did single crochet over that that loose end from the round before when I got to it. Oh, no. That was me single crocheting over the end that I added to it. So I'm going to just cut that off like garbage can. Okay. Now we'll be ready. I really need to yarn bone. Yeah, what happened to yours, Sylvia? How many yarn bowls do you have now? Let's see. Where are we going? You guys, thank you so much for being patient with me. At least you guys see how this actually works in real time. I did not look at this pattern beforehand. I had hoped to do so that I would be a little bit more confident so that I wasn't sitting here fumbling for the first 15 minutes. But here I am. All right, in round 2, so places, remove the markers. Oh, remove the markers. Fancy. That, you know why? Because you already have the row up now. So it's saying to single crochet, turn. Oh, okay. So we're just going to turn. I'm not going to remove the marker. I'm just going to hang it out here for a minute. So we're going to turn. And now we are at, let me get my row counter back. I'm usually not this particular with row counters because I can count the rows if I'm doing it by myself. But because I'm managing live and you guys, I need every aid that I can have so that my brain can keep it all straight. So we're at round 1. That was round 1. It says to turn for round 2 and single crochet chain. The reason why we chain, if you guys don't know, is because you're basically adding that level, but that we don't count that chain stitch. I always chain at my turns. It gives it a nice edge just in single crochet because a lot of people don't understand that chain. But some patterns count that chain as a single crochet, but a lot of them don't because it just gives a cleaner edge. That I have messages on my phone. I'm just gonna move it away from my eyes so that it doesn't distract me. Do you guys does that happen to you? If your phone's blinking, you want to respond to it? And so, hey, Kathy. Ooh, 2 Kathys. Let me see, where are we at? So we're going to turn chain. We're at round 2. We're working on the heel, Kathy. Turn chain, round 2, and then single crochet all the way over. It's a single crochet into each single crochet and turn. That should be easy enough. Yeah. So yeah, yesterday was a good day, and I hope to get some stuff done, but I didn't get anything done, and we just hung out together all day, and that was a lot of fun. But it was really inspiring to see Denise show her finished sock already, and she's moving on. And I was like, oh man, I wish I could pay you to finish my sock for me. Isn't that funny? Even makers want to hire. So that's round 2. Turn single crochet from 3 to 8. Chain 1. We're in round 3 now. 3 to 8, chain 1, single crochet into each single crochet to last crochet, leave the last crochet, single crochet unworked, turn. I just want to see what that white is. See white? Oh, so this is the part where it would be the white heel, right? Is that what we're working on right now? No way. That's not what we're working on. Well, we are working on that. The reason why I want to confirm A and B are the pink and mangoes. C is the white. We are working on the heel. And so now there's going to be some kind of a rounding going on here. That's what's happening. All right. Okay. Chain 1. Single crochet into each, we're on round 3. Chain 1. Single crochet into each single crochet to the last single crochet. Leave last single crochet unworked. Turn 8 single crochets at a time. What? You're making great progress. Thank you, Kathy. What the heck? What is round 3 to 8 saying? Chain 1, single crochet into each single crochet. So let's just go ahead and do that. Chain 1, single crochet into each single crochet to the last one. Oh, we're shortening the rows. 1, just thought of it as I'm doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So on the 12th one, which is the last stitch. No, it is not the last. Did I miscount? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh, 13, 14. How did I miss 2? You're decreasing the round by not finishing the last row. Okay. So basically, they're saying skip the last row or skip the last stitch. We're leaving the last stitch unworked, right? Leave the last single crochet unworked. Okay, so I'm going 13. So the row before was 14. So in row 3, I'm doing only 13 because I'm leaving the last stitch unworked. That makes sense. So now we're at 4. Okay. This is the same thing that I do when I'm making the underwear for the dolls back in one of the doll videos, the doll video series that I have when I'm making underwear. So that's one of the ways that you shorten the row is by skipping the row before it. Okay, leave it unworked. So I'm at row 4 and I'm going to leave the last stitch unworked. So now we're down to 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Leave the last stitch unworked. Okay. Thank you, Marie. See, isn't this so much better when we're learning from each other? Mind you, going on camera adds a whole other element of pressure. So I just got on to, I haven't, that famous Ravelry video that I did. I you, um I get some of the comments and then sometimes I don't see it. I thought I see them all, but YouTube, because I think there's over 800, almost 900 comments in there. So now I think YouTube's having a hard time um, letting me know what's what and who's commenting new comments. So sometimes I don't see it, but I didn't realize that there were all these other commenters coming into my defense for all the trolls that were attacking me. And I just got to see some of it this morning, and somebody had pointed out that one of the ladies that was, picking on me saying Advent instead of Advid, she she was saying that because I'm not an avid user of it, that I had no right to make this video and voice my opinion. And so I'm just going to keep turning until I go to 8. So I didn't even count the rows. I'm praying that it's 8. So I'm going to keep going. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. One more. And she had said that I had no right to voice my opinion, and all I was doing was taking the opportunity to go on my soapbox and preach my religion and my beliefs to everybody, and it had nothing to do with me. That Ravelry policy had nothing to do with me. And that comment did hurt me. That comment did hurt me. It because to make me seem like I was getting on my soapbox to preach my religion was like 2, 4, 6, 8. So we're at 8. Let's get to 9 first. So we're at 8 rows. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, okay. That is 8 too. 8 rows. I didn't click. 8 rows to get to 8 stitches across. Now we're at row 9, and it's saying chain 1. We turn, right? Okay. Turn. Chain 1. Single crochet into each single crochet the unworked stitches in round 6, work in end of row, working in end of row, slip stitch, round 5. Hold on. Let's just do it. Chain 1, single crochet. We're in round 9 right now. Single crochet into each single crochet. We're going to round out these edges, but I need to get to it so that it makes sense to me. Single crochet into each single crochet. So I'm all the way at the last one. So this is 8 single crochets in row 9. Single crochet in unworked stitch in round 6. Which is what? We're at 8. Oh, down here. Down here? What the? Is that right? Is something wrong? No? Is that right? That's got to be that one, right? All the way down there. Does that make sense? Don't let the haters get you. They make the world dark. Yes, they do. They do make the world dark. And our work is bringing light. Amen. Amen, Sylvia. All right. I think that is, so this is row 9. Oh, that is right. So this unworked row in round 6, which is 3 rows down because we're in round 9, is this single crochet. And it's telling me to single crochet in that. Wow. Oh, that's how it's going to cinch it together. Single crochet in round 6. Look at that. See, that's making that little bump. You guys, you're now working down the side. Yes, look at that. It's making that little bump. That's why I love learning patterns. Look at that. That's so cool. So we skipped that row. So now we have that little bump right there. And then working in end of row, slip stitch row 5. Okay, so we're going to slip stitch row 5, slip stitch row 5. Ooh, this takes some little concentration here. Turn. What? Turn. We're in round 10 now. That was 9 single crochets. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And that 10th is a slip stitch, so that makes sense. Wow, this is a genius pattern. Whoever wrote this, genius. So we're going to turn, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to chain 1, skip the slip stitch, which is that first one, and then we're going to single crochet into each unworked stitch in row. Oh my, genius. All right, single crochet. We're going to skip the slip stitch, single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then work all the way down here like we did in 6. We're going to skip 3 rows down and then do a single crochet into this one, slip stitch row 6, and oh, it's genius. Look at the curve. I clearly am not making enough. We're so close. I don't want to mentally lose it. Chain 1, skip the slip stitch, and then single crochet. Wait, did I chain 1? Okay, chain 1, slip this, single crochet into each one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then going down to this row, and we're going to single crochet. This is such a genius pattern. And look at now we're making that heel. Oh my gosh. So that's single crochet and then slip stitch. Don't want to miss the slip stitch one. Okay. The row before. And then turn. Now we're at 12. We should have 11. Let's make sure we have 11 here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. And then the slip stitch. Awesome. Okay. So we're at row 12. Chain 1. Skip the slip stitch. So we're going to the next one. Single crochet in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we're going to go down to here for that unworked stitch in row 5. And go down there and single crochet into that one. Keep getting one stitch. I want to get both stitches. Single crochet to that one. So that makes our 12, and then slip stitch the row before that. Turn, we should have 12. So close. Round 13, we're going to do the same thing. Oh my God, this is genius. Chain 1, skip the slip stitch, single crochet all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm off. Oh, okay. No, that's right. 12. And then I'm going to go down here and do the single crochet. That makes 13. Slip stitch to the beginning of the row. Ooh, we're close because we're at the stitch marker now. I'm glad I kept that stitch marker. I don't know why they told you to remove it. And so now we're on 14. 14. And then we're going to chain, skip the slip stitch, single crochet. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 14 is going down to the last one. And then slip stitch beginning of the row. Fasten it off. I'm gonna drink after this one. Yo, I'm gonna drink. Woo! Look at that! Ah! That was awesome. That's such a cool way of doing a heel. Okay, sometimes, see, so there are certain times when you're reading a project or doing a project and you cannot do that while watching TV. And that was the time. Yeah, I don't drink alcohol, but coming out of that, I feel like I needed one. Okay, that was good. That was good. This should be easy now because now we're coming up to the leg and it's just spiraling upward. So that should be cool. All right. Let me come out. Did you guys say anything? Sylvia said, okay, don't let the haters hate. Woohoo. It's looking like it is looking like a sock. Look at that. It's, you know what's so cool about this? We could stop here and do like a slipper. And these are the times, and then you guys wonder why I never like really follow patterns. Sometimes they just like wipe me out so much, and then I just do my own thing because I feel like I can't be constrained and confined to their rules and their directions. But for the purpose of this crochet sock along, these are the muscles that I'm flexing, right? But now you know why I stopped following patterns. I'm a visual person and I need to see you do this. Exactly. I'm the same way. And so that's why it takes me a while too. But that is actually really smart. Like I'm like impressed with how they circled around there. So to learn this is if you're doing a sweater, this is a great technique for the elbow, you know, to do like round stuff. This is another great technique to make bowls or boxes. that isn't like a circular, like you can do squares with this because this is like almost like a square edging. It's really short rows and crochet. I know, but it's not just short rows. It's taking that short row and learning to curve it because we were skipping 3 rows down so that we connected to make that round, that perfect round. Like I think that's genius. So by the time I do the second sock and really like uh to solidify that direction and that heel, like that's a really smart technique to learn to do in other things. Hey Sultana, so glad you made it for this one too. Um, Sultana is now famous from the last video because a lot of people recognize her now. I hope you guys are checking out her shop. She does shawls and scarves, and she also makes jewelry and does all kinds of awesome stuff in Sultana's crochet. Is that your shop, Sultana? Put a comment your Etsy shop, your shop in there so people know how to get a hold of you if they want to go check out your shop. That's the one thing I am always telling everybody and encouraging everybody in the Facebook group. Share your links, guys. Don't be afraid. I know that there's a lot of Facebook groups that or a lot of forums that you guys join that don't let you like promote yourself. But in the Dare to Be Original Facebook group, I highly encourage you promoting yourself because if you don't promote yourself, you don't get your word out. If you don't, you can't express yourself. Like so I highly encourage you promote, put links in there, make it easy for people to get a hold of you, you know? Otherwise, they don't get a hold of you and then we stay shy in marketing forever. And so we don't want that. All right. So now that was awesome. I got to take a breathe. We're working on the heel and now we're moving to the leg. So continuing working in spirals, do not join at the end of rounds. We're just going to keep crocheting. That's the way I like it. So let's do that. With the right side facing, I guess, was our heel the right side facing? Or now with the new right side facing, or is it now with the sock right side facing? I don't wonder if it even matters. With the right side facing. Oh, they mean right side facing being that the sock is outside. Yeah, that's what they mean. Um, join A with the single crochet at the edge of the heel. At the edge of the heel. Is that the back here? So we're going to join right here where I uh home free now. Yes. Yeah, we are in the home free now, Marie. So where I ended it off, is that the edging that they're saying? I don't think it matters though. Place the marker on the first stitch, which I already have the marker, so I'm just going to leave my marker right there at my first stitch. I'm going to go find my yarn. Here's my yarn. And I'm just going to mark that. Now, the trick is wherever we are, we need to come up with 28 stitches. Actually, we need to come up with 28 stitches. So, you know what? I'm going to work this way. I'm gonna go to the front because the reason why is because the front gives me a clear stitch to work with, and we need to get to a 28. So I want to know where I'm beginning and ending. So I'm gonna work over here on the orange side where the front of the sock is because we have clear stitches here. The reason why I'm leaving this part right here because there's like a weird gap that I didn't slip stitch right into, which should have probably been here. I'm not sure. I don't know what that first stitch is. Actually, maybe I will do that because depending on where I land, I might want to close that gap up. So let's start off with, back here with the first stitch. And they're telling us that we need to single crochet at the edge of the heel, single crochet in the next 27 stitches around the foot. which makes it, and then place the marker in the first stitch. Oh, all right, I am going to do that. I'm going to start up here. We need to somehow land with 28 stitches at the end of this. So we're just going to go around and then it will be easy all the way through to 16. Okay, so I'm going to slip stitch in here. We're going to chain, join the edge of the heel with a single crochet. Chain, and then single crochet, and that's the first stitch. And we need 20 single crochet in the next 27. So I'm going to count, so be patient. So we're going to just go around. We're going to go all the way around. We're going to have 28 stitches by the time we're done. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I just crochet right over my yarn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 13, 15, this one, 16, 'm a little confused about this gap. Just gonna do it. 17, 18. That's wrong. I feel like I'm having too many. I'm just gonna stop for a minute because what was that? Because we need to land with 28 and I want to make sure I have enough in the back. I don't want to leave this gap open. I think I need to close that gap up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And then I'm going to do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Oh, yeah. We need 28. I arrived late. That's all right, Dawn. Oh, you're not Dawn. I'm going to get you. I think I need my phone to my cheat phone. It's too funny. I will. Sarah. Dawn is Sarah. Are you impressed? Are you impressed, Sarah? Yep, Sarah. See, I got it. All right. We need 28. I had 16 and 16. Is that 32? That's too much. I need to close this gap up. Right? 16 and 16 is 32. So I need 28. So I need to go back. I got a headache. This is making me think too much, guys. Doing great winding hangs of yarn for a fair. See, Kathy's doing the more fun work. I'd rather be winding yarn here instead of trying to figure out this math. These are the weird, hard parts in the beginning. Once we get to this 28, we could go around in circles forever. But I need 28 stitches, and I'm going to have too many. Right? As of right now, I'm going to have too many. So I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I'm skipping all the way through. I don't even think I needed that one. So that's 15. That's a gap. That's a gap. This is where I needed to close. We need to go back to the beginning single crochet from that heel. That's what we need to do. So I need to close this up. So that's 16. Whew, okay. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoa. Whoa. Look at that gap. I got to close up. Does that seem right? Are you guys coming to the same problem? I have the best caretaker. Oh, good. Good. So glad, Gemma. So glad you can join us. When I applaud your skills to make a sock, I tried part of it and epically failed. So I will practice. Practice. Yes, practice does make perfect. I have this gap that I need one more stitch in. That does not sound right. Are you guys coming up with 28? I can't breathe. Let me count again. Let me count again. This might be a 2-hour show. I think the hub's in the shower, so he's not rushing me just yet. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 7. What the heck did I do wrong? You know what it is? When we were making those heels, we were skipping slip stitches, but I'm single crocheting over every one of them, but they're not telling us that right. Come on, Red Heart. They're not telling us that right. I'm going to back it up. I know that this top part is correct because it's one stitch at a time. This back heel part is confusing because we were single crocheting and we were slip stitching. So some of these are slip stitches that I don't want to single crochet over. What I need to do, okay, let me come back. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I have 16 here. And how many do I need? Where's my calculator? I would love to tell you that I can do math in my head, and I usually can, but with the camera on me and trying to not look like an idiot as I'm looking like an idiot to do it, you can DC double crochet help. Huh? Wait, hold on. Wait, I have 16. Wait, I need 28 stitches minus 16. I need 12 stitches back here to get me to 28. I need 12 stitches, and I have, I'm going to skip every other, let's see what that looks like. I'm going to skip every other stitch. So I'm going to single crochet. I'm going to skip every other stitch and see where I land, because I have too many right now. 17, 18, 19. And then I'm going to 19. And then back here, I'm just going to do the regular 1, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh gosh, we're at 24. I'm going to start skipping again. 1, 24, 25, 26, Okay. 27. $28. How to make a penny for my uncle. Nice. We're back to, I want to reset my thing so that I know where I'm at. Round one, I think I'm going to have 28, and I'm just going to keep going. Single crochet in each change B at the end of the round, change back. We're not changing anything. We're just going to keep going. But I want to make sure we have 28 stitches. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 4, 6. Now I don't have enough. You've got to be kidding me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 4, 6, 7. Now I don't have enough. Let's just back it up for, all those crazy ones that I skipped. I'm just going to go back in here and do this again. Seriously, this is the last time we're doing it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then single crochet, and then just keep going. That's 28. Six, 16, 18, 22, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Oh, good morning, Liz. All right, I'm at 28. I'm off to my spiral. Now I can chat away. Boy. And then people want these socks for what? $6? $8, like at Walmart, you know? And then they wonder why people charge, $30 for handmade socks, because this is why. And if you're not charging $30 for handmade socks, you're doing yourself a great disservice. You're charging $12 for your handmade socks. And do you see all that it took out of me? I'm like, if you want to pay $12 for socks, go buy it at Walmart. If you want it handmade and custom, you're going to pay $32 for a pair of handmade socks. Minimum. Because you haven't even added your cost of your yarns, your time, your energy. Now, mind you, you don't want to punish your customers because you took 2 hours to learn a new pattern or anything like me learning. You're watching me in real time. No. Let me say that again. $50. Amen. It's funny because we're talking to working with solopreneurs like myself and other people. Pricing is always an issue for everybody. I'm like, the reason why we keep thinking that we don't want to charge that much because we know how to do it, you know. But the problem is with that theory is the reason why we learned is because we're not our ideal customers. Like, Sarah, you're not my ideal customer. You can make this yourself. So I'm not I'm not creating something for you to buy. You know who I'm creating this for? For the lady that has money that doesn't know how to make handmade socks, that wants custom handmade, that can afford it, that is paying me to do something, sharing a skill that I've learned, that I've taken 10 years to figure out this skill. Does that make sense? And that's why people are always like, "Oh, that's too much money. I would never pay for it." I'm like, "Well, you weren't my ideal customer. You know how to make it." Just like I'm not my ideal customer. I know how to make it. I wouldn't pay $32 for handmade socks because I can make it myself. Does that make sense? And so that's the way is having server problems and it won't let me get the pattern, so I will listen. Oh, yes, yes. You can listen and then maybe next week. Uh yeah, it might pick up. I hope it's my link is okay because that I think people were able to use my link from before. So, but uh Gamma, they're saying that your the server is wrong, right? Not my link is broken or anything because originally I had the wrong link on when I went live last week, but then I fixed it. So I'm just gonna keep going, and I think it looks like we're going 16 rounds up. So I did go one round. I'm on my second round. So every time I hit this orange, it's another round. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So the lady who I felt like I was really bothered a couple weeks ago when she told me that I had no right in expressing my opinions about Ravelry because I wasn't an avid user of it, and so I didn't have a right to say anything about it. And that the reason why I made that video is to get on my soapbox to preach my religion. And that comment really bothered me because I don't know why. There are a few things that like get under my skin, but that one really got under my skin. And the reason why it did was because I that was the last thing I wanted to do was make that video. The last thing I wanted to do was get political. I'm never political. I'm never, you know what I mean? The last thing I wanted to do was preach to somebody about anything. I certainly didn't want to be the target of anything. I was scared out of my mind to do it. And and um and it wasn't because I was a leader in a Dare to Be Original Facebook group. It wasn't because I had followers that were looking at what I do. It wasn't anything of that. It was my friends, my it was my loved ones. It was you guys. It was people who couldn't speak, that were too afraid to speak because the war that is going on right now is the enemy is loving to divide because to divide is how he can attack people, and that's the best tool he's got right now. Like he wants all the ways to be divisive. All the ways that we can be divisive as human beings is to divide every single thing: rich against the poor, blacks against the whites. um I don't know what are the opposites, like everything that is opposite, they want to push it, and they want to and he wants to like get under our skin about it. And so divide means he can conquer. And so if we stand united, we're stronger. If we divide, so I know the game. And so when I saw that, it was a clear split line, and I knew that that policy was solely to divide. Like that has hate written all over it because you are excluding somebody, right? And calling somebody, and it's wrong. It's wrong one way, it's wrong another way. It's like me being a pro-lifer calling anybody that's pro-choice murderers. That's wrong. I'm not going to call every pro-choice person a murderer. That's wrong. Just like they're going to, you know what I mean? To call everybody one thing is wrong. It's always wrong. We're all human beings. We're all unique. We're all individuals. We all have every facets of, you know what I mean, of ourselves. And to blanketly assume anything is just wrong. So I knew that was wrong. And the only reason why I felt compelled to say something is because I know that they were using race as Satan's using race as one of the things. So I feel like as a minority, my voice, I couldn't keep quiet. You know what I mean? Because if they want to use that as their tool, if Satan wants to use your race as a weapon, which he clearly is, this is the big game he's using right now, you know, then as a minority, I was like, I feel compelled that I have to say something. And that puts a target on me. Did I want to get on my soapbox and put a target on me? No. So the fact that that lady said, I was like, this video was the last thing I wanted to do. The last thing I wanted to do. I wanted to hide. I'm an introvert. When I saw that policy, the first thing I wanted to do was shut down my computer, leave social media, shut everything down, and go and play with my dogs and my hubby and pretend that the craziness in the world was not happening. That was my gut instinct to do. But I knew I couldn't do that. I knew I couldn't do that because I would leave everybody else, you know what I mean, behind. And so I felt called to do that. And that's so God carried me the entire way to doing all that. And that lady saying that I was on my soapbox to preach my religion, I was just like, wow, wow. But then somebody sweet that I saw this morning say that somebody um, got on and responded to that lady's comment saying that, she he, that I had every right to say something, and she was on my channel, you know what I mean, dropping comments expressing her opinion. And because I don't delete any comments, I let the naysayers say whatever they want. I don't want to shut them down. I don't want to suppress them. I advocate free speech. I let them speak, however, and then I show people what it looks like to respond or not respond. There were some that I couldn't respond, you know what I mean? And so, and then some that I did to the best that I could without forgetting that they're human, even though they might have forgotten that I was human. And so that made me feel so good this morning to read that somebody had done that, and I didn't realize that somebody had done that, and they had done that like probably weeks ago when it was fresh and when she commented. But it's okay. So what are you saying, Sarah? Don Sarah, some people get the wrong idea about us because of how we call ourselves hookers. Some people may think we mean the other hooker area, and it's real upsetting. Knitting fans are called knitters, but we hooking fans can't be called a hooker because it's actual. That's boo. Boo. No, you are so correct. Um, People's thinking is always in the gutter with bad thinking. How the heck do we get here? There's actually a book that titles that way, but she did it to promote, to get the word out about crocheting and hookers. But you know what? Words are words, and I try not to put too much stock into words. It's hooking fans. I like hooking fans. I usually just say crocheter. I rarely use the word hook. What's the craft that lets you use a hook to do like rugs? Random thought. I had to get it out of my. Well, isn't that what we would do in crocheting sessions? Is, sit here and gab about whatever. Is gab about our random thoughts. We could talk about any of the latest topics. All right. I feel so much better now that we're back. You know what? Looking at the time, it's 10:30. We could end this. Do you guys want to stay on a little bit longer, or do you want to keep going? We're gonna probably. So what's gonna happen with the rest of this pattern is we're gonna go all the way up. I forgot to. I'm on my third round. We're gonna go all the way up. Just keep spiraling upward. Just keep going. We're not count. And every time we hit the beginning of the row, and it's going to be. Keep going. Okay. It's going to be 16 rows all the way up. And then for the cuff, it is just front post stitches. And it's just 3 rounds of front post stitches. Let me go a few more, and then I'm going to end it and show you guys what that front post stitch looks like. And we're going to pretend that I went 16 rounds up. It's past midnight for me. Oh my gosh. Where are you? Past midnight. It's just 10:30 for me. You're up late. So John and I just finished binging for the past week on Netflix, Longmire, and it's like a cowboy sheriff, 6 seasons that he started watching, and I didn't jump into like about season 2, season 3, and we just got crazy. I didn't even start crocheting the sock. Sultana, I've been so busy getting ready for the upcoming show that I haven't had time for it. No? Sultana, do you have a shop online, or do you just sell at shows? Guys, go follow Sultana on Instagram so you can see all the beautiful things that she's doing. I want to, let me see, Instagram. Sultana's Crochet. So let's type in instead, so you guys can see what she's. I love Longmire. So you've read the books and everything. Like um is the series like I'm misspelling. It's go so oh, Sultana, you're popping up. Are you on YouTube too? Sultana's Crochet. This is what she is on Instagram. So go check her out on Instagram so you could support her and show her some love. So you've read the books, Longmire? So yeah, we just finally saw the last episode last night, yesterday. So we're finally done with the series. But is the book true to or is the series true to the books or close to it? Because it's really good stories. And every time we're at the end of it, there was like another one. And I'm like, oh no, another hooking. That's the bad thing about Netflix. I experience a strong feeling of evil and darkness. Oh, there's somebody just responded to the Ravelry incident video, so I don't know what they're saying. I'll check it out later. The TV series is good, although Vic is different in the books. Oh, she is? Is she even a she? I have to tell John that because he really, really liked the series, and he's like, I wonder what those books are like. And I was like, I don't know. I never heard of it. I'm just going to go I just want to do one more row. I do want to finish off showing you how to do. Let's do the last part, and I will pretend I'm at the cuff so that in this video, it'll finish off in this series so that people can see what this looks like at the end of it. So now we're at the end, and then it's saying to slip stitch at the end and join around 8, change A to a smaller hook, and then done, and then join with a slip stitch so that closes it off, right? So we're at the beginning of the row, and that's closing it off. I just followed you on Instagram. Awesome. All right, I don't want to, so that's a slip stitch. And now, so that's going to change to the other color. So we're basically right here. So we're slip stitching. So now I'm going to show you what the cuff looks like. She's dark here in the books and spunky, and if not more so. Oh, more spunkier than that. Perfect. That's cool to know, Sylvia. Okay, so we're gonna do the cuff. We'll do the last 3 rounds of the cuff, and then that'll finish off this crochet along pattern for socks. And then I will share with you when I'm finished in the Facebook group and maybe on Instagram. If you guys are not following me there, you guys can see I will have this finish some point, and you will see it. And I will have frog feet if it fits my feet. If not, I have to give it to my model because she's tiny, so she'll definitely be able to fit into it. So we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're not working on the cuff. I'm pretending I'm at the cuff. Chain 3, which counts as the first double crochet and throughout. Double crochet into each stitch. Join with a slip stitch to the top of the beginning of chain 3. Okay. So we're going to double crochet all the way around. I'm just going to show you what this front post stitch looks like to make the cuff. I'm pretending that I'm all the way up 16 rows, and now I'm going to work on the cuff for the magic of television, which wasn't really magical because you watched me stumble all the way through the beginning to try to figure this pattern out. But just to show you that if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I saw Dawn, or I saw, not Dawn, Denise do it earlier this week because she posted that she finished with both socks. Fan vote. Who here thinks Vone is awesome? Aw, Sarah, you're too sweet. Thank you so much for that. All right, and I am not going to jump to the knit sock along right now immediately, maybe in a couple of weeks. I want to play with the new yarn that I just got from, see that new natural yarn from Dela's, or from Ellie's Senko Farm yarn. I'm creating a pattern for her, so I want to, with her yarn, so I want to work on that. And I also have Savvy Skeins. I'm also getting some yarns from Savvy Skeins, and I'll be doing a pattern for her too. So we're at the last one. And then it's saying to slip stitch at the top of the chain 3 at the beginning. So that's slip stitching. And then now chain 3 and then front post stitch around the next double crochet in the next double crochet. So front post stitch around the next double crochet, which is, so for this one is the next double crochet, saying front post stitch. So that's taking the, that's instead of going into the, the top the top two holes that we usually go to, we're basically going into the actual post, and then we're going to hook it around there and do like a normal double crochet. And then double crochet in the next double crochet. So we're going to do a regular double crochet in the next one, and then do a double crochet in the front post stitch. So the one after that, we're going around the front post stitch, and then the one next to it is regular double crochet, and then for the next one we're going to go around the post of the double crochet, and then double crochet into the next, double crochet around the post of the following one. So I want to make sure we're not skipping. And so what's happening is you're actually getting like this front post stitch. And what this ends up doing, so we're going to do regular double crochet on top of the next one, and then double crochet around the post of the previous double crochet, like the previous row of the double crochet. So double crochet around the post. That's what front post stitch is, instead of going into the top holes. And when you're doing that, you're causing a rippling effect, and it becomes like almost like stretchy. It becomes stretchy. Hey, Beth. I'm so glad I found her. I wish I could spend more time on the lives. Oh, that's all right. That's what these that's why they're on replay. So when you're ready. But so glad you can make it here. If you guys have any questions, pop them in. This is what I'm taking the time to go on these lives for. So next week is my last live, and then I'm hoping to schedule creative interviews at 11 o'clock. So I'm going to go live, front post stitch. I'm going to go live at 9 a.m. every Saturday, like I normally do now. And then I have creative interviews scheduled at 11, and then I'll be meeting some more people. So if you guys want to do a creative interview with me, send me a message and let me know. You don't need to be a seller if you're not, but if you just want to have a conversation and we record it, that's awesome. All right. So I'm back to the beginning, and then what is it saying? Slip stitch on the top. Okay. And then same thing. So now chain 3. Oh, okay. So this is the last round. So we're going to front post stitch around and the previous row, which is a front post stitch, and then regular double crochet in the next double crochet. So the regular double crochet becomes the back stitch. The alternating front post stitch becomes the front stitch. And then it has like a squishy, squeegee, what do you call it? Scrunchy effect. And then that's it. What is the pattern you're using for the crochet socks? It's in the show description. The link is in the show description by Red Heart. It's a free pattern. And so that's what we're doing. And that's it. So you're just going to do the same thing all the way around. And that gives you the cuff. And look at, and actually my sock is now like the short sock. If I keep this up, if I don't make it, if I don't go back and do the 16 rows, it's going to be the short cuff sock, which is not bad. Maybe that's what I'm going to stick with. Maybe I won't do all 16 rounds. Maybe I'll just do this one. My brain is like fried from this one. But it actually was easy, and we did learn a new tip doing that cuff and how she manipulated those short rows into making that round. That's pretty cool to learn. That's pretty cool to see. Yeah, so I want to work on, I want to play with that squishy yarn back there for Ellie for Senko Farms. And then she sent me some beautiful stitch markers that I think I'm going to do a giveaway with them. And when the pattern releases, once I create the pattern for her, I'm going to maybe have leftover skein maybe, and then and her stitch markers, and maybe do a giveaway with that and the pattern once it releases. When was our interview for? I forgot to put it on my calendar. You know what, Sarah? I don't know if I think the first weekend is with Amara from Gracefully Amara. And I think that was all I had. You and I are talking on Facebook, right? You and I are messaging on Facebook. Let's confirm it right here. I think you're the weekend right after. Um, I don't know. I think you are the weekend. Actually, you know what? I'm going through our messages, and I don't think we've confirmed a date. But I do have an opening the second Saturday of August. The first one I know is definitely Amara's, but I don't think I have anything for the second Saturday. So if that's good timing for you, that's perfect for me. But let me know. Okay, Sarah? Dawn, Sarah? Let me know um, what it is. Off topic, sort of bleed the same, just came on the message. And as perhaps Ravelry needs that message more than ever. Let's all fight for each other instead of against. Exactly. For sure, Vone. Uh, yes, Sarah, message me and let me know if the second Saturday is good for you of August. Um, Beth, oh, I should have known that. Thanks. And Sylvia, off topic. Bleed the same just came on the message. I don't know what bleed the same is. Is that like a message about it? Probably. Yeah, somebody, one of the ladies, a good friend of mine on Instagram, just came out, uh, was responding how that she didn't leave Ravelry and that she was asking to not, and everybody has their own reasons to stay and or to leave. And the reason why she didn't was for her reasons because she was doing a lot of charity work through, and she had a lot of groups inside Ravelry and doing charity works there. So it makes sense for her to not abandon all that charity work that they're doing in there. And so she's staying on Ravelry, and I absolutely applaud her, and I totally encourage her to do that. I'm like, everybody has their reasons of how to handle their bigger picture, and ultimately at the end of the day it's serving God. So however way you do it, serve God in any capacity, that's the way you do it. And I'm like the same way with me and Google. I'm not a fan of Google. I certainly don't agree with their policies. I wanted to do end with this one note, and um, my husband. So that's the end of it. So you just go to the last one, and that's the cuff, and that's the end. And there's the finish off weaving all the ends, but I weave crocheted over the ends. But my husband started a new podcast that I will put a link in at the end of this. And if you guys want to know where I get my faith, where my strength and my relationship with Jesus is, it wasn't because I was raised Catholic. I knew to that, but I converted to Presbyterian after I had met John and dated him, and then when we were about to marry, I married Presbyterian, and then I converted over to Presbyterian. But it is not about religion or whatever group you come in. My relationship is with the Lord, just like my husband. It's with the Lord. It's not our the church that we belong to or anything, but it is our relationship with the Lord. And he's come up with a podcast that he's starting. Uh, all about God that he's putting, and it's called I'm Just a Dude. And I will put a link below. I think it's going to go public very soon if it's not already. I think he was just in the beta stages of it, trying to get the podcasters to approve his channel and his videos, because what he will be talking about is somewhat slightly controversial. Uh, if you thought that I was brave doing the Ravelry video, you're going to know where my strength and bravery comes from, and that is with my husband. He's I told you I live on emotions. He runs life through facts and the Bible, and politics and the Bible. And so there's 3 episodes that he's already filmed and is releasing, and I've listened to all 3 and they're amazing. And I'm not just saying it because I'm his wife. I'm saying it because they're messages that I need. And I know that they're messages that the world needs. And his voice at this time is super important and super crucial. So, one of them, the thing he talks about freedom. Freedom is the first one, and how it's rooted in the Bible. The second one, he talks about how Christians are being attacked in the horrific ways that they are being attacked, to minor subtlety ways of our voices being suppressed. That's a really great episode. The last one, part 3, the third one that he did, I just listened to it. I forgot what it was about, but it was really, really good. I think one of the stories he mentioned was an abortion, a lady who was going to abort twins, until she found out right at the time that she was aborting the twin that they were twins. And then she changed her mind and she had to do some kind of quick things to try to reverse the abortion. And she was able to save her healthy twins. His show basically is going through uh, the 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 news reporters and everything, and articles talking about different ways that about our lives in Christianity and what it is to serve God. And I've prayed for a long time that he figured out what to do with his voice and what he was called to do. And I know for a fact this podcast, him speaking his voice, is what he's called to do. So I'm highly encouraging that you guys go and listen to it. I'm going to leave the link below. And if you wonder where I get it from, it's from him. You know, I've built my relationship with the Lord because I've watched my husband's relationship with the Lord, you know. So, that being said, second Saturday of August is perfect, awesome. Sylvia, great song by we all believe the same. So true, so true. Yeah, so I wanted to, so that was that. So go check I'm Just a Dude out. The other thing is, and that work solely is just his work for serving God. Um, the other thing I wanted to did emphasize was that lady who felt bad that she was staying, and she was trying to voice her thing about why she was staying. And I said, you should, absolutely. I was like, for the same reason why I don't agree with Google, I have to use Google. And so and because he will talk about, actually that is what he talks about in the 3rd episode, was how Google and YouTube are suppressing and deleting and not sharing and totally suppressing anything with the word keyword Christians. Like, that was a fascinating, the 3rd episode is a fascinating topic about how if you use the hashtag Christians, and then it's almost like they're suppressing it and then they won't share it. A Christian ad was denied because it was almost inciting hate. It's equivalent to that. So if you're using the word Christianity, Google and YouTube will block you and not let you share it because they don't want Christians coordinating and meeting and getting stronger together, I guess. I don't know what their laws are. So I don't agree with Google, but I have to use it, because my bigger picture is getting my message across to helping creators to create, because we are called to do so by our creator. That's my big calling. That's my big message. So I have to use platforms that I don't necessarily agree with. So I'm not I don't begrudge or belittle anybody that stays with Ravelry. We all have our reasons for what we do. But for me, putting out that video was just educating people of what Ravelry was doing. And that was my way of saying that's wrong, you know, and that's pretty much it. Oh, you want to sneak in there, honey?
Not really.
No. Come on, say hi to the ladies.
Hello, ladies.
go go check out that podcast. I'm going to put out the link, and 3 episodes are really really fascinating. And then be sure to rate it and comment and let them know that I sent you guys there and that you guys found him through me. And that's pretty much it. Ooh, 2 hours. This is truly my longest live, ladies, all because I had to learn a pattern right in front of your eyes. But we are done. So next week, I'm not sure what we're going to do, but I have a feeling it's going to be working with this bad boy, and I want to share with you guys what it's like to work with new yarn, and what it's like for me to create a pattern. I've never been in the public eye to do all the steps that I'm doing. Bunny, Kathy says hi. Um, I've never done a pattern like created. I've created 2 patterns, but they were from patterns that I've done in my head for the longest time. And then I finally wrote patterns about it to share with everybody how I've been doing it. Um, this will be the first time where I'm actually creating a pattern, working with a supplier, which was my dream, and Ravelry's video, which was something bad, something amazing happened, was I got to get myself exposed out to you, to this community, to share with you guys who I am. And so I'm going to show with you guys what creating a pattern looks like, and you're going to follow me through that steps of working with new yarn, figuring out what stitches are going to work. I have ideas in my head. I have a sketchbook that I'm working on, and I'm working with 3 different yarn suppliers. So I have 3 different patterns that are in the works right now. So follow me along, join me in these lives. If you can't join live, watch the replays, leave comments. I read every comment that YouTube lets me know when you comment. So that's the course. That's the next steps. So that's awesome, and that's what's happening. And I'm grateful that John is finally putting out uh, this podcast channel. So I'm super super excited for him. So, and I hope you guys follow along and listen in to what he has to say. Um, and if you're wondering like where I get it from, this is he's who gives me strength, and we have a lot of conversations about what God puts us on this earth to do, and and what we need to do before we meet him again, you know. All right, I'm praying for you guys. God bless. Thank you for joining me. Share, tag me with your finished socks. This might be it. This might be, I might be a short sock person, and this might be mine. And I'm going to match it up and do this one because I don't know if I want to go all the way. And therefore, I have another pattern that I didn't complete the way they wanted me to. Sock patterns seem so intuitive. I think I have the mental block regarding them. So, Tana, you just watch for 2 hours what I worked through the block, and you're gonna follow. This was a really not easy pattern, but we got through it together. So between these 2 videos, part 1 and part 2, you're golden. You'll come up with this at the very end of it, and I did all that from scratch with you guys in front of me. All right, until next time, next Saturday, 9 a.m. live, Monday morning motivation with Sarah at 6 a.m. Monday. If you guys want to come on and join us then. If not, watch the replay because the quote every week that we work on is always so good, and Sarah does great jobs finding those quotes. And basically we just show what Monday morning looks like when we're for ordinary women trying to do extraordinary things, what it looks like Monday morning at 6 a.m. And this is Liberty. Liberty's back looking for food. All right, until next time, God bless, guys. I'm going to leave the link to John's podcast below, so come back and check that out. All right, God bless, guys. I love you guys. Bye.